My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
So I'm sure you guys have heard the news by now. No PSX this year, man. No PSX will be happening this year. Okay. And after the way that junk went last year, can't say I blame them. I can't say I blame these suckers. Not one bit. Okay, now I know I might be a little late on this. I think they announced this maybe like 2 or 3 days ago now, but really, who cares? There's really not really, as far as gaming right now, after Spider-Man is coming, went, and now people are really just waiting for that Red Dead Redemption 2 to drop. And when that junk come out, if you are still on a 500 gigabyte console, rather that be the PS4 or the Xbox One, may God be with you. May God be with you, bro. Because Red Dead, sucker, the story alone is 105 gigabytes. We all know that the multiplayer got delayed. That's a whole nother animal. So this junk damn near may hit. That is crazy when you think about this. There will be no PSX this year. And again, after the way last year's was, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year's PSX was literally it was literally a talking couch simulator. Like, it was literally a talk show. It got real awkward at some moments because you could just tell they didn't really have too much to talk about. Of course, now when you go, you can go on like the show floor and like play the games and stuff like that. But people that even went there last year told me that junk was just as trash in person as it was on stream. So definitely, I again, Sony is in this weird place right now because, when it comes to them, people just expect greatness all of the time. And like, if anything less than like something huge being shown at whatever showcase, you have to think about, not now, PSX is at the end of the year, but before that, of course, you have the main thing, which is E3. You got E3, you got Paris Games Week, you got the Tokyo Game Show, you got the Game Awards, and PSX is like within a few days of each other. You have like 4 or 5 events that, Sony is expected to be big at, and it's just like, Sony's like, come on, fam. Like, I know we better than Xbox, but like, let's be fair. We pretty much know about all of the games that they have to show right now. I mean, what they got? Last of Us 2. Not really, because they did say we're probably going to expect some Last of Us 2 gameplay at next year's E3. So, we know Last of Us 2 is a thing. I didn't expect, if we did get gameplay before this year ends, it's going to be like very early. Oh snap! We already got gameplay. What event was that? Was it this year's E3? I think it was. It was, wasn't it? I completely forgot. We did have Last of Us 2 gameplay already. It was the one with Pinocchio and Ellie kissing, and then it went to the gameplay. Okay, so we've seen we've seen Last of Us 2 gameplay. We've seen, if you want to call it gameplay, we've seen Death Stranding gameplay. Literally, why is it the fact the more and more we see about this game, the more and more people are confused about this game? When is this gonna be like, oh, okay, Hideo, I see what y'all boys doing. Got you, fam. But people like to act fake woke, fake deep, and be like, you guys don't see the message here? No, it's like we really don't, so Death Stranding, we saw stuff for that. Saw a gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, Devil May Cry 5. Like, we literally know about every game right now that's supposed to come out within the next year or two. We know about every single game. What can they show that we haven't seen already? If we're being real. And again, Sony has made, which is kind of their fault. If you look at it in this way, Sony, what they're guilty of doing, because I think this was this PSX 2016 or it was E3 2016, where these suckers was just dropping banger after banger. We're like, oh my god, yeah, it was that one. That's the one where they started off the no, was that PSX? No, that was E3. Yeah, right. Yeah, but that was the one where they started off with freaking God of War. And they had that freaking orchestra. It was like, so all of that stuff. What Sony is guilty of doing, what they did that year, they put out literally everything like a year or two too early. Like, they showed everything that they was working on, or that was coming soon in the future, and now it's like, okay, we put out all our secrets. We ain't got nothing else to show. Y'all. So I think that's when you have a situation like this. If PSX was to go down this year, it would probably be just like last year's. They'd be on stage on like a freaking couch, just like talking about, how about those Dolphins? It's literally, there are no surprises no more. Like, honestly, the only thing that could surprise me at this point is if they was to do like a remake of SOCOM or like NBA Street Volume. Like, that would legit be the only thing that would honestly make me go crazy. Like, that would be the only thing. Or like a Dino Crisis remake from Capcom, which, the way these suckers is remaking all of their classic titles, that might be on the horizon real soon. Speaking of Horizon, maybe a Horizon 2 sequel, that's going to be in, maybe the works with the way the first one ended off. Spoiler alert. If you ain't played Horizon by now, you don't... If you ain't playing Horizon by now, you don't really care to. What do you guys think about, just the position that Sony is in right now with, this PSX problem they have? Because it is a problem, because I definitely feel like these past not 2 years, but, the way it was last year. Because honestly, I think PSX started in 2015. I think it was either 2014 or 2015. I just remember their first PSX was absolute garbage. And then the year after that was like, yo, okay, I see you. Then they start doing the theater thing where they was having them, you could go to like your local theater. It was like select theaters in like states, and you can go and like watch it there. I think they had... The first PSX was trash. I remember that one. And then I think they had two good ones after that. Then last year's was trash. And then this year's was canceled. So it's like, y'all have had like one or two good PSX. So they need to figure out what do they want their like end goal to be with PSX? Do they want it to be like this big event for them? Or do they kind of want it to be like, that... kind of like, I don't want to say, just like just for the fans, or do they want it to just be something, cool that, PlayStation fans can tune into if they want, and just, see some extra, information / footage on games that they know about already. I don't know. I do know one thing though. Microsoft needs their own something like this. Like, I don't know what they could call it. DX12. The power of the cloud. I don't know. Microsoft could use an event like this, like PSX or something like that, or like, you know, or what's a Nintendo's thing called? The Nintendo Direct or the Nintendo Treehouse event, whatever. Like Microsoft could really use something like that. They really could, bruh. Cause really, Microsoft only, you know, and again, I don't blame them because they don't really got too much to show off, you know. But really, Microsoft just does E3, and then it's like, my hands are clean. Nah, it's like they need their, especially now. I know, you know, Xbox gets a lot of slander these days, but for the people that are truly diehard fans of Xbox and legit rock with this junk to the death and are loyal to Xbox, it would be so cool for Microsoft to have an event for those people, because there are some hard Xbox fans out there because of the way it was last generation. Xbox 360, say what you want, overall that jump was the best console last generation. Now PlayStation 3 did overtake it in sales, and of course it had still the better games in the long run, but 360 was no joke last generation. And because of that, you got a lot of people, you know, that was their first, you know, real, like, you know, console that they freaking really like. Not everyone started with, you know, the Sega Genesis or PlayStation 1 or N64. Some people legit started playing games like last generation, you know. So because of that, you have a lot of diehard Xbox fans out there, and it would be so cool if Microsoft had some type of like Xbox event that could get people hyped for the future of Xbox. Because let's be real, put all the fanboyism aside. Stop being a Sony pony. Stop being an X-Stot, an X-Drone. Stop being a Nintendo fanboy. Let's be real. When it comes to Xbox, what are you excited for? Crackdown 3? A Sea of Thieves expansion? I can't even think about anything else. I really can't. I'm trying to think. Well, what else do you suckers? Oh, Halo. I'm sorry, bro. It's bad. Xbox right now. Anyways, though, but seriously, it would be so cool for them to get, you know, those diehard Xbox fans excited for what's coming in like next year or something like that. They could definitely use a event like this. But as far as PSX, yeah, Sony, I think y'all should pull out of probably Paris Games Week and Tokyo Game Show. And I don't really think they showed nothing at this year's Tokyo Game Show, really. The only thing that I cared about from this Tokyo Game Show was Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry. And RE2. But yeah, I mean, they definitely, if I'm Sony for right now, the way people got expectations for them and the way they're looked at right now is like, oh, they can do no wrong. I'm doing E3 and PSX. That's it. Y'all ain't seeing us no more during the year. So what do you guys think about, you know, them canceling PSX? What do you guys think about, you know, the position that Sony is in right now? What do you think they should do? But yeah, man, working on some other vids right now, but it's going to take me some time to finish. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. I hope you guys are doing well, man. And yeah, if you guys ever want to talk, hit me up on Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and I will see you guys there. Anyways, I'll catch y'all on my next video, all right? Stay safe out here in these next-gen streets. Peace.